Hello, chat. Hopefully. Turn the music down a bit. Welcome in, chat. Just a second. Let me start doing the socials. Would help if I actually had Twitch open, because then I could. I know that Josh's fucking profile comes up before mine does. Josh's. Alright, cool, I think. Sorry, chat. It's gonna be a little bit of uninteresting conversation while I just share things around a little bit and remember what's where. I just want to get it okay everywhere. Trying to think where else is I'll share in Banana Stand and auto post in Acer. Let me just put this into the court. And I suppose I should do it on Blue Sky too, shouldn't I? Not like I'm often on it, but you know, let's pretend to be a real person. Alright, I can't think of anywhere else really worth doing, so hello chat, I can actually turn my attention to you now before I get distracted reading Alex Rochon. Blues. What's the term for posts of Blue Sky? Like you can't. It's not a tweet. It's a blah, whatever. I don't care. Hi Tav. Welcome in, chat. So super quick at the top. I don't stream very often. I kind of want to try doing it more. So you might see this a bit more often, more than just it's Skeet apparently, which is dumb. Absolutely not wrong. I'm going to try and do this a bit more often because I'd like to. I'm actually shockingly close to being affiliate. It's mostly just a matter of me actually doing the streaming. So we'll see how it goes. I will also warn that I am having major issues with my health, so if my enthusiasm is low or anything like that, that would be why. But you know, I'm doing what I can, so a bit of patience is always appreciated. But you didn't come here to hear me whinge. I am here to play Esoteric Ebb, which if I just switch over very quickly to the main scene. Welcome. Esoteric Ebb is Disco Elysium, but it's D&D. It's the easiest way to explain it. If you've played Disco Elysium, this will be very, very similar. If you haven't, I would strongly consider playing Disco Elysium. As long as you're okay with like a lot of text and stuff like that, Disco Elysium is such an experience. But it's very much in that vein. I'd also ask chat, let me know how audio is. There shouldn't be too much in the way of like dialogue and stuff. It's going to be a lot of me narrating tonight. So hopefully you're okay with that. But yeah. Obviously just if I'm too loud or I'm too quiet or you know the game's too loud, whatever, let me know. I do technically have a save. That's because this game does have a demo, or at least it did have a demo for Next Fest. I don't know if it's still available. Excuse me, I will even be nice and check for you, chat. let's have a look. Esoteric Ebb. Alright, it does not look like Esoteric Ebb has a demo any longer, so you can use this as your investigative. But yeah, it's a very pretty game, very interesting. But I have a save that's held over from the demo. But we are going to start fresh because I did not get very far. We're going to go for about an hour, 2 hours, and hopefully you'll have a good time. So, should start a new game. So, our first thing to do here is to make our character. Like any good D&D party, we have 6 stats with which to choose. Each of them have essentially we play a cleric. You don't get to pick a different class or anything like that, but we have 6 skills, and the cleric has a unique take on each of them. We can assign our skill points, we assign a background, and we have proficiencies, and proficiencies will make us better in a particular skill. And I'll go through them. So as I said, there's going to be a lot of me talking. So, starting off, we have strength. Every shepherd knows the song. It bellows up the river. Earth lives in that sliver of land. Earth is our god. That's from Torna's Lament to Folk Prayer. Strength is your natural body prowess alongside a testosterone-fueled mindset. It'll be proper for you to hone your figure and capabilities, but why? Search for meanings is vital for the struggle towards competency. You know your cause. Protect the innocent, lead the weak, sacrifice till nothing but bones hit the pavement to literally die. So you become a zealot, you regain your honour, and set out on your divine mission. It's used to equip extra items, be violent and or manly, useful in encounters, reduces further and aesthetic nationalism, and it increases your manhood. I think the last ones are usually jokes, but you know, if there is in fact a dick stat in this, I don't know. A high strength cleric will vote for the party of Norvik. The voting thing is a surprise tool that will help us later. Praise to his dead god. Uses brute force and puzzles, punches big bad guys in the face, wants to become a real hero, loves quests, and as simple as a loose straight cleric is a weak snivelling rat, bows to anyone stronger, can't handle the banter, gives up when the going gets tough, is afraid of women, and doesn't care about quests. Dexterity. It is imperative to simply explain to those people that have right to choose. Belief in oneself is just, wealth is built from within. Miradoc Moonwatch, sights beyond reads. Dexterity measures natural reactivity, balance and poise, the haste with which you express a witty remark or notice a nervous glance. Of course, your ability to gracefully avoid the consequences of your actions, risk versus reward. It is that feeling of self-preservation when everything falls apart around you. To grab as much as you can while the grabbing is good. Progress towards a new future full of freedom, so those who look out for themselves can prosper and survive. I promise no one else will. So, dexterity lets you steal, pick locks, sneak, dodge traps, and overreach, react quickly as a dashing rogue, become rich as a Republican revolutionary, and just run away dummy. If you're high dexterity, you'll vote for the revolutionary free striders, collect lots of coins, act first, avoid trouble for a bruise, has a witty reply, looks out for yourself, takes big risks and win every time. Conversely, take big risks, fail every time, doesn't notice anything in time, stumbles over your feet, drops the ball figuratively and literally, is mentally and physically slow, dirt poor, very embarrassing. Constitution. I did not mean to click proficiency there. Is there a... Okay, I can just use the arrow key. The arrow keys, it's better. Otherwise, we're just going to keep assigning proficiencies every time. Always listen to your hungry stomach. The Hedonists, a blind manifesto. Constitution measures your natural stamina, both mental and physical, which you can take before going down. The world is harsh and unforgiving, it'll beat you to a pulp with sticks and words. Listen to your gut, the instinct that kicks in when you're standing at the pit. It's the voice that speaks nothing but bodily truth. Every choice you make, every emotion you accumulate, can be traced back to the lower half of the stomach of yours. Follow it. Retain the mortality of fleshy logic. Simple, easy, truthful. You need for hit points, it's your esoteric connection. Your political party polled 2% last week and you don't care. Pain is good for you. High Constitution forgets there's an election, focus on the good things in life, tougher than entropy, keeps neuroticism in check, talks to spirits in the walls, listens to his gut, is already dead. Low Constitution will die, panics over everything, listens to his gut and is wrong, has no control over his body functions, cannot handle the pain, and has no special connection with the walls. Intelligence, a glorious design, let those who learn lead, the merit of ability and nothing else. Lord Phileas Prax, Autobiography Prax. Intelligence measures your ability to recall, store, and process information. Your logical receptacle and calculator. We probably should have honed this pulsating mass within your skull. But why? Simple. Pure, unadulterated ego. Knowledge rules the world, so too shall you one day lead the weak. Bring your genius to the masses. If they do not bow, they do not deserve you. You know everything about the past, therefore it's only rational you know the future as well. enlighten the ignorant masses. High intelligence, you can prepare more spells, think, plan and execute an actual plan. You will complete the Magicratic return and vote for yourself. Be a genius without peer. High intelligence cleric votes for the best wizard, you. Despises and envies the gods, solves every mystery with ease, masters arcane magic, spouts historical facts for hours, is dismissive towards those lesser, knows everything. Low intelligence, knows nothing, is both ignorant and confident, oh no, makes up tidbits to seem smart, is barely sentient, cannot intentionally solve mysteries, is an idiot. Duh. Wisdom. The large crumble upon their heavy forms, the mystical falter the crucial point, the small shall rise to the occasion. Half-Reed's poem. Wisdom measures your awareness, intuition, and ability to understand the world around you, to feel it. You may not know why, but meeting the gaze of another grants you an empathetic bond with her wants and fears, her dreams and hopes. You can read people for good or bad, and pick up details others would pass by. It is your belief in the heart of all folk, to give and share what you have, be completely and utterly selfless. It's only true road to redemption. Gods only know how hard you try. Higher wisdom empowers your spells. You will be kind and see the good in all folk. Egalitarian hope as the Asgalian working class. There are no big bad evil guys. If you are high wisdom, you will vote for the Workers' Party. You hate nothing but hierarchies. Embrace your femininity. Follow your bleeding heart. Master primal magic. Read body language like a champ. Notice all details. Is an oblivious fool. Misreads cues all the time. Doesn't think about the lower class. Does not get people. Fails at spotting traps. Is not aware of where he is. Like, what's going on here? I'm so confused there. I stand by that has to be intentional. If it's not, it's very fucking funny. And lastly, charisma. Those who believe in democracy have a wonderful view of folk to think them capable of making rational informed decisions to avoid a personal bias and emotional conduct. It is frankly inspiring. Nicholas Darrow, Memoirs of a Statesman. You show eloquence and confidence and ability to navigate social situations of any kind. In short, it is the force of your unkempt personality, but they don't need to know that. You can smooth talk your way into any position of your liking, affiliate with any known faction or thought. Reality is moulded around your will. Like a chameleon, you become a social operator. You become anything you need to make everyone finally love you. With high charisma, you will get an automatic discount in select stores. You will win every conversation by saying the right thing, say whatever gets people to like you, become an apolitical force of nature, and be arguably sociopathic. You'll vote for whatever makes you popular, was socialised as a child, knows what to say to win favours, can actually flirt with some baddies, loves to mind control people, sees truth as suggestion, and has no soul. Low charisma is not very likeable, doesn't know how to act with people, fumbles the baddies, fears conversations, is like the opposite of a skilled orator, and has no style. So those are the 6 stats. There are also the background focuses, which we'll get to in a second. So I'm going to mostly remake what I did in the demo, because those take my fancy. One of the things they advise you, just at the beginning, I don't know, maybe it'll come after character creation and I've just misremembered, is essentially that what it recommends doing is actually kind of just go all in on one stat. It's kind of just ultimately more interesting to do. And accept your feelings, you know. So personally, I want to go with wisdom and charisma. So those are my 2 proficiencies. We're going to pick our background focus first, because that'll let us adjust some of our stats, and we'll go from there. There is one which I recall liking, which was wisdom and charisma, so we'll probably take that again, but we'll get there. So, punching bag. You're a farmer's son who grew up in the city. Of course you'd be an outcast. Took time, but you figured out how to cope with it. Constitution and charisma. You don't remember it, but you know well how your father died. It motivated you. It felt impossible to live up to. 3 strengths. You're a troll killer. A kiosk kid. Your mother wasn't around a lot to keep you out of trouble. She forced you to get a post-school job. You still despise the smell of newspapers. The pest control guild mimic mishap apartment complex in shambles. Didn't look like normal furniture. It's some dexterity and a charisma. A lore enthusiast, spent time alone in the city, often ended up at the Darwinian library. Search issue of yours realm was a constant companion to you. 2 intelligence and a wisdom. A crowd pleaser. You ended up in the wrong crowd. You picked up the slang and radical terminology, doing anything to get real friends. 2 charisma, 1 intelligence. A little weirdo with +3 charisma. You were a novelty to them. The boy who would do anything or say anything to get their attention, their approval. After 2 years, you got quite good at it. An Asgalist activist. Your friends introduced you to the rebellious belly of Norvik. As a teenager, you spent years spreading chaos and worse, dwarf propaganda. Local rally stopped by a fascist landlord. In the manifesto, what we learned from the hedonists: 2 wisdom, 1 charisma. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna bring the revolution. An Earthguard recruit after your arrest. There wasn't much arguing about it. 3 grueling years in training, drilled in the city code and virtues, but you survived. 2 strength and a dexterity. 1 friend. You only ever prayed for that one thing during those lonely years. The gods did not answer. You learned to manage as always. 2 dexterity and a wisdom. An acolyte. Your knack for scribing got you promotion to clerical duties. Picked out of the ranks, you showed deep devotion to your divine city. 2 strength and a wisdom. A tower apprentice. Joining the towers is an honour bestowed upon few. A terrible challenge even for you. Who'd have thought lectures were so draining? An arcane prophecy. For the first time in your life you were a natural. Always known a few cantrips. Real magic was something else. It was power. 2 intelligence and strength. Also, that is the D&D ampersand, I'm 90% sure. Or at least it's intended to kind of evoke that. A palace pawn. As a grinding talent, you found yourself amidst the politic of superiors despite your best efforts. It never ended well for you. 2 charisma, 1 strength. A faithful harbinger. There's something wrong. Praying to a dead god whose whispers linger in the air, slowly fading. You are isolated among your peers. 2 constitution and strength, and you notice that one doesn't have a date. Esoteric expert. Guess you can be an expert on the game. You spent most nights seeking esoterical insight, a lonely life. Your findings were unwanted by those in charge. You didn't stop. Never. 2 wisdom and 1 constitution. A revolutionary scribe. Disillusionment, the city with ideals not upheld. One day you chose a side, the emerging democracy. You wrote night and day for change and glory. 2 dexterity and intelligence. An abject apostate. No one likes you. When you were demoted for dereliction, no one spoke up against it. It's fine. You'll be fine. After all, you're used to it. A dead cleric. Growing up alone, getting into trouble, training with the Earthguard, devoting your life and becoming a cleric. Was it always supposed to end in the river? For 3 wisdom. So you can already get a vibe, a sense for the vibe here tonight. I'm very fond of it personally, so hopefully you will be too. Let's immediately get these up to 10 because that's a good one. What else do I want to be? Dexterity would be good to get to 10. Con's always good at 10. I can get everything up to +0. It's a very boring way to play, but it's very useful. Let's get charisma and wisdom up again. Do the same with dex. There we go. You know, actually, let's take a dump stat. Let's knock down strength, and we'll also then put the... Let's be more wise. Oh, accident. Okay, so this is going to be us. A little bit wheedly, but you know we're enduring enough. You know, average endurance, little bit above average dexterity, average intelligence, quite wise, quite above average charisma. We'll have the opportunity to improve that as time goes on. 5 days until the first ever election. An explosion erupts at the heart of the city. No one wants to deal with it, so they send you. A weak cleric among his peers, one with incredibly deep esoteric insight. Complete your quests in any order. Don't be afraid to make interesting choices, and remember to love everyone, no matter what. The campaign will take you from level 1 to 6. We'll play for about 5 to 8 sessions. It's been a journey to put this together. I hope you have a good time, Chris. And only 8 strength, just avoid going solo in the dungeon. So interestingly, I didn't get that last time because I had slightly different stats. I do like that it's a little bit reactive to, what your stats are. It's like, also, yeah, don't do this. Also, this is straight up the, I think, 5th edition D&D. This is just like, it's everything. It's completely accurate text. If you want to speak with dead. Hello, light. Truth and nothing else, a voice declares. What is your name? Reagan. Your name is Reagan. This is the 2nd season of Inside Jobs that we never got. Reagan. Correct. You answer. Another question from the darkness. What is your occupation? What's an occupation in this context? Wisdom. Work. Getting paid for labour. This is for sure about your job. You know, the job. Your class. Tell the voice about your class. And so you'll see that our stats are talking to us. It's essentially our internal monologue, which if you've played Disco Elysium shouldn't surprise you. That's pretty much the entire foundation of that game, is essentially dealing with your own internal psyche. In this case, it's reduced to the six skills. Class. What class am I? Lower class. Not sure any answer is good here. Just go with whatever works in the moment. You're a city cleric, nothing more. You're a high-class scoundrel, the best of the best. I'm definitely a cleric. Your true class conflict. Your true calling. It takes a while before the next question is posed. What is your current goal? We need to find out who blew up the tea shop. The Goblin Chieftain, she needs you. A tea shop exploded? Unfortunately, yes. That's not good. I like tea shops. Great. I hate tea shops. They should be banned. I don't have any strong opinions on tea shops. In fact, I never think of them at all. I like tea shops. They are lovely, yes. You may ruminate further on tea shops at a later date. There's a question to be answered. Your goal is... Why all these questions? No clue, but you should keep them talking. And you'll notice there was a difficulty class associated with this. So I actually failed this charisma roll. And so if I passed, I probably would have got different dialogue. Some sort of insight through my charisma. It's been silent here for far too long. To find the chieftain? Is that right? You know it to be true. No reply. No feedback. The voice asks, what is your political affiliation? The question strikes your entire consciousness, sending it spinning. If you care for your fellow, vote for the Asgalists. We've moved beyond the bounds of dictators. We're free to make our own choices thanks to the revolutionary freestriders. Elections are... exhausting. It hides in the back of your skull. A fact. You are bound to be a nationalist. And it frightens you. The pressure. The Asgalists. Life is a struggle to alleviate oppression. The exiles know this well. You've supported them in the past. Time to do so again. The voice is fading. This is the end. The final question. How did you die? Same way you lived. Unable to step out of the uniform. Not for 1 second. Now's your chance. Break free. I fell into divinity. She took me whole. I died when he died. Stay silent until the darkness ends. I am not dead. I did do that last time. Something about I fell into divinity. I don't think I had that line last time. It's very tempting. Let's go with that. I am not dead is a much better Defiance vibe, but a game by Christopher Bodegard. And there I go. Well, chat, I hope you enjoyed the game. I Am in the River, Never to Return, published by Raw Fury. Honestly, 10 out of 10 game. It is the most emotional experience I've ever had. Sound designed by Isaac Johnson, music by Anders Bach, Brian Batts, Christian Paulson. And if you like the music, which this bit is pretty funky, you can buy it on Steam. Illustrations by Oscar Westberg. But yeah, obviously, like, Game of the Year. I'm going to stop just reading everyone's credits. You can read them, chat. I trust you. They keep interrupting my joke about this being the end of the game. My watch! How will I know what time it is? Also, this is a very deep river. Yeah, no. This music is great. I love the visuals. I love the writing. Esoteric. I just realized the beams were the stat colors. That's a nice little detail. Okay, that wasn't there. Nope, it's gone. Never mind. March 22nd, 27 PE, day 1. A fresh start. You get up. Your heartbeat is loud, screaming. Your body aches. It's stiff as if you've slept for days. Don't sleep in the armor, dumbass. Ready for the quest to continue. Look around you. A circular stone chamber, a storage for apples and corpses. Those piles of apples. Is this Tolstad? And you can see that there is the ability to click on like key information. Tolstad, a sprawling island fortress, one of the 5 districts in the city. In the middle of the river Torna, home to Yor's Pillar, sprawling tunnel network, and Waterlane, the greatest trade hub in Ascani. You are in Tolstad right now. Waterlane is the largest trade port in Nordvik, located in a massive tunnel piercing the centre of Tolstad. A marvel of dwarven engineering, the reason so many people commute to Tolstad over the many bridges, one of the greatest crafted wonders of the world. Nordvik is the central city of Ascani, the last bastion of humanity, founded at the end of the Reconquest in 468 AE, exactly 7 years ago. Ascani is the Ascan, one of the 8 bands along the coast, a cold mountainous realm, your home, also referred to as Ascani. The coast is Yor's realm, a strip of land divided into 8 bands. The further inland you go, the closer you get to infinite wastes. There is to be a ring or a half sphere due to the bend in the horizon. The band is an esoteric divide splitting the circular coast of Yor into 8 geographic areas, commonly known as bands. Each band has a unique esoteric and natural trait, stretches from the coast to the infinite wastes. Esoteric is the magic of Yor and his strings, and the coast infused with it. Yor is the name of the realm and the wizard who created it, who died in the closing at the end of the Gate era. A wizard is a book-learned arcane spellcaster. They played your strings by memorizing and executing esoteric rituals and chants. Arcane is one of the 3 pillars of magic, represented by the forces that make up all esoteric events. They play your strings, tap into the powers, programming the laws of existence around their whims. Your strings is the ley lines of esoteric power holding the realm together. Now, one complaint. That was 10 of those in a row. And at this point you do not know anything about the settings. You're encouraged to do it. They probably could have broken up those links a little bit better. We shall check our stuff. What stuff? Your hands dart around your pouch and uniform. Panic. Sweat. No spellbook. No mace. Face it, you've been robbed. Your legs shake. Tears begin to form. Deep breaths. Your belongings are surely here somewhere. What's this about a quest? Oh yes, a quest. Now, you see here we've got hit points, we've got a timer in a day, we've got some spell slots, and we've got an XP tracker. Earth be blessed. Earth is your god. Do I remember everything? Yes, everything is off, but your memory is intact. The quest was given yesterday, remember? The tea shop. The tea shop? Yep, the tea shop that blew up. It really does have the energy of a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy title. You had what was it, the restaurant at the end of the universe and the tea shop that blew up. Easy job, you've done it there too. A job, so I've done this before. Get XP. Well, I mean not this particular type of job. Your previous experience lies in the Earthguard Militia Service, was a few years at the Towers. The home order of the Arcane Clerics in Novak, known as the OACN. I think that's a reference. If I remember rightly, like maybe old D&D was sometimes called OAC. I might be wrong. Clerics. Servant of a god, devoted and spiritually connected, a divine spellcaster given power through the deity. Divine is one of the 3 pillars of magic, represented by the sacred, the faith of all folk, their souls granted by the gods who once walked among us. Rogue sorcery was not your main subject, but yes, you've read about these types of fiery events. Not too common these days. Instead, it doesn't seem overly complex. How much time do I have? Until the election, duh. Which is in 5 days. Time only advances when you make new choices in the dialogues. I like quests. Good attitude. Always more around the corner, so look out, you don't want to miss any. So to be clear, I need to figure out who blew up some random tea shop. More or less. You got like 5 days to do it, so no stress. There's that feeling again. The feeling you're about to enter a path on which there's no way back. No way back. Does it sound great? Good or bad, you won't know until you reach the end. It's very ominous. You feel dizzy. The weight of the Earthguard uniform. A dull pain takes hold. Your body aches, its contents rotting. You must consume an apple now. If your stats are high or low enough, chimes will appear in your mind. They will suggest, inform, and offer unique paths. Trust them at your own risk. Rubs your temples. As you do, your fingers touch upon cold steel covering your entire head. Colloquially known as a helmet. Can I take it off? No. DC 20 strength check. I wouldn't do that. DC 20 dex check. DC 20 con check, like ripping off your own face. Not a good idea. DC 20 intelligence. DC 20 wisdom, not yet. Can't wait until you do. Charisma DC 6. Okay, thank you. So, again, if you've played... I'm going to reference it a lot, but if you played Disco Elysium, you will see a lot of similarities here, but we can click on items, move around the world. Really do love this, the art style in play here. We shall grab an apple, we can behold it, we can, I think... I actually don't remember the term, trifle with it. Let's go ahead and behold this apple. An apple looks better than the ones in the pile. We shall trifle. Another apple. Enters into our inventory. With which we can... Oh, nope. Consume. Yum. So I got that HP back. Which is good. The hell's deep storage? I don't know. But you can see our stat sheet here. We've got our stats. Hit points, hit die, proficiency. This goes up level 5. How much experience we have. And we can get feat slots by completing quest branches. You can equip items. Helm, practically your face, do not take it off. And you can immediately try to. Questing tree. Oh shit. Cleric. Oh. I was wrong. You declared yourself the cleric of Novick one single time. It's a grand title for a human cleric like yourself. Okay, so I can actually kind of identify with other classes. The first ever election of Novick in history will take place in a few days' time. Who you vote for? We talked about positive opinions on Gazlan one single time ever since waking up in the Lich House. Really brings you back. So you got that and the tea shop. Your purpose is to investigate exploded tea shop, locate the establishment and gain entry. It's exploded, I'm not sure there's way much entry to make, but... So I've got... Aha! So we can see... Oh, good, okay, so this keeps the glossary. That's good. Good to know those aren't lost. And our spellbook. Which I can't... I've got a DC 14, which is good. Interesting that it is our wisdom or intelligence modifier. But it's not like D&D. I have no cantrips in one spell. I, however, cannot equip it because I need to... Well, I'll be able to do it in a second. Behold the cloak. This isn't yours, is it? A tattered cloak, 1 dexterity minus a charisma. The cloak is sprawled upon the iron slab. As you grab it, you immediately feel the dampness spreading into your gloves. Oh. It's light blue and tattered, and it was once yours. Please don't, that thing is disgusting. Weigh it in your hands. It is heavy. Bring out the water. The filthy liquid falls to the floor of the stony chamber. It smells of salt water. It is still quite wet. I did wonder, when I was playing the demo, if I could wring out enough water to actually make it not heavy, but I don't think I can. Should I wear this? Move on. No? Of course you should wear it. A hood is the perfect tool for any decent rogue and or ne'er-do-well. So what if it's a little damp? You'll have to wear it. I'm not a rogue. Sorry, the word I am not a rogue is not in your vocabulary, actually. Please rephrase. You don't tell me what to do. That's not one word, though. So pedantic. So unrefined. Shut up. You reach for your fancy red pouch you're holding. The cloak easily slips inside into the extra dimensional space with a satisfying slurp. Gods, I can fit so many items in this thing. Yeah, sure, very lucky. It's kind of magic item go upwards of 10,000 crowns.
Yep.
I would have swore I hit that. That's really fucking annoying. Thank you for letting me know, Josh. This is why I hate when people just keep letting themselves out to talk to me. Anyway. Yep. So, that made that roll easier. And I passed. It wasn't the stream program, I actually just hit the physical button on my mic. So, there's something strange here. This is not regular gentle repose. Look close, but do not move the corpse. Lean in and look closer. Harsh scars cover the skin. Signs of either being a hard worker or a careless worker litter his skin. Cause of death appears to not be directly visible. No blunt trauma either. Considering his age and shape of his body, this man likely died of common disease or internal failure. That's broad and vague. Unless you want to start cutting, that's all you'll get. Except... what? There's a marking on his right leg. A circle with a cross inside it. 300 pieces of it. You recall? It's a marking of PR. Potential revivification. Oh, right, this guy can be revived. Seems so. Mostly died during care. Was granted immediate gentle repose. He clearly didn't have an RF, a revive fund, and they have family members with enough ready cash. Or perhaps he was unlikable, who knows? We cover up the corpse once more. So what's an RF? A revive fund. Thanks, Charisma. A revive fund, a type of life insurance. Monthly payments are made into account to be used to pay for the resurrection of the fallen holder given they're under age of 75. Human skill. That's interesting. Resurrection, returning a dead person to life. Many spells do this, from a weak Revivify to the legendary True Resurrection. Revivify, 3rd level necromancy spell. If used within 60 seconds of death and the body isn't too ruined, the body is brought back to life. So I could cast Revivify, right? Potentially. Although the questions were akin to, why should you? A third level spell slot's a valuable resource. Why waste it on a blue-collar corpse? That's terrible. If you can save a life or bring it back, it's always the right choice. Of course it isn't. Ignore the fact you can't simply spend your power on any old fool. There's a million outcomes resurrection could lead to a negative outcome in the world, despite your good intentions. Excuse me, good intentions build a better world. Perhaps your foolish alignment system, but not in reality. Who was this guy? His hands are calloused, he's built like a sarcophagus. Just a man, a dead man. Why is he here? This is a morgue, a lich house clearly. Corpses are kept on cooling in places like this before cremation or burial. The apples make it hard to believe, but yeah. Must be one hell of a deal to put those two together. It's okay to loot him, right? Yeah, why not? If you can suffer the loss of moral integrity. It's a dead guy, he's not going to do stuff, obviously. I know he's going to complain, but don't talk about it too loudly. We're rubbing is frowned upon by some even in these enlightened times. Either way, you will not get in any trouble. No one will know. A divine shrine covered in apple. This pot does a thing. The views of the leaves. It smells lovely. An incense. Nice. Let us engage with the shrine. Shrine of Earth. The runes fill your senses as you approach. The colour is faded. The monument is hollow, void of life and divinity. And worse, it's covered in rotten apples. A sacred shrine left in this state? Insult to Earth and all his people. Indeed. Yet you're very much aware this is not the worst you'll see. You'll have to fight hard to keep Earth's dream afloat. The city is lost, but it is not yet lost. How poetic. You're also aware this city is very much in need of change. Change from what? Honorable lifestyle, a peaceful city for humans to prosper in? Change from stagnation and a mire of decay. Earth's crusade brought triumph. Perhaps brought after its falls due to exactly that kind of filthy rhetoric. You're certainly allowed to be wrong in your opinion there. I'm just going to remove the apples. It does not take long for you to move some of the nasty apples away from the front of the shrine. A small improvement, but it's big in the heart. Are these rare? No, you'll find shrines like this all over Norvik. Can I pray here? To what exactly? To Earth, of course. Any gods listening to our prayers, always. Just remember, they may not respond so clearly. Earth. I need to pray to Earth. Pray as you wish. There's an eternal element of it that is underappreciated. The shrine towers over you. You feel small. To cast spells, you must prepare them at shrines. Prayer spells can be cast when the cleric has a reason to do so, either in or out of dialogues. Each cast expends one spell slot at the corresponding level. What other gods are there? Many. You know a few. Earth, father of Norvik. You devoted your life to follow in his footsteps. Asgal Ashmask. The dwarven god of exiles and egalitarianism. A dwarf low-caste born deep into Lek Muraz tunnels. When he attained divinity in 443 AE, he crushed the kingdoms and formed the Asgal Folkhelm Forge. On his death in 470 AE, a great civil war broke out, resulting in the exiling of all his followers to the surface. His influence was felt all around the Undercoast and above. His exiled dwarves continued to spread Asgalism to all corners of Yor. So interestingly, the Asgalism, essentially communism, is also a religious movement. An Undercoast is the nickname for the Undersea Coast. The Undersea Coast, the gravity-reversed cavern sea and archipelago, right underneath the coast. Dig down far enough, you'll end up passing through the gravity flip. You can make the climb to the Undercoast. Oh, so it's literally Australia. The dwarves are Australian. Well, like, it's the joke about digging to China. His followers do not pray to him, for he's not even seen as a god. Okay, well, never mind, I'm wrong then. Togi the Gambler. A trickster, type of god only famous for his ridiculous ploys. He's often seen as a silly goblin myth. In truth, there are few goblins who still worship him after the conquest. Praying to Torvik would, if you for some reason would get a response, only result in the opposite of what you wanted. A trickster goblin who united the tribes of Askini during the Divine Era, most famous for cutting off his right hand at a fellow prophecy. So you are. Prepare spells. Let's prepare cure wounds, because it's the only spell I have, so. Finish. There we go. Let's go back. Can I heal here through divine assurance something? Not precisely. The gods do not usually grant divine interventions for minor injuries. Do you think they care? You want healing, do it yourself. With the power of channel through Earth? Yes. Is it really channel? The guy's dead, faded, gone. You're most likely simply handling some esoteric leftovers smudged on the strings. Because I removed the apples, it's gone from DC 16 to DC 13. And I've got +4, so I don't need to roll an 11, so statistically likely it's going to go. Hooray! You focus your mind on Earth's symbol, the red eye, and you remember the words. Watch upon me, Earth's shepherd of his folk. You're filled with the spirit of nostalgia and power. Let me pick up the burden. Lend me your strength. You feel invigorated. Prayer of healing. Yes, indeed. Sadly, you're unable to cast 2nd level spells at this time, but it won't be long until you can. Good, so I have a 2nd level spell for whenever I level up. Well, like, I think level 2 or 3. I'm assuming it's going to work just like D&D. Staring at the chiseled monument, you focus your mind. Take a deep breath, begin your prayer. And tranquility. Contemplate your class. Identity is not easy. It's everything, from faction to home life to street. What you choose might be a first step. Choose wisely. The election. First election. Your vote won't matter. Your vote will be the most important of all. Ask those around you for what they will vote for, and you might find your own voice along the way. You let your mind go through the basics of what you know. It was destroyed in the middle of the day, minor injuries reported, into a tea shop, investigate properly. That's it. Can I return here when I have more things to think about? Always. Talking to yourself, huh? You must be a lonely guy. You... Shut up. Finish prayer. So the shrines allow me to alter my spells and also essentially orientate my thoughts. Also, small detail that I like, the kneeling animation still allows you to look around. You'll see him turn. So, divine scripture where it does not belong. Shield of Faith. Oh, another spell. A very important piece of paper. A voting card, -1 intelligence. Oh, you consume incense and get a spell slot back. Okay. A scuffed voting card made out to Ragnar Hemlund from a dwarven office for some reason, and someone has checked in all 5 parties on the list. You can bring this to a polling place on election day for your voices to be heard. You pick up the surprisingly thick piece of paper with a shaking hand. The card is slightly torn, has been drenched at some point. On the top it says Roskort in big bold letter. It means voting card in fancy Askini Dwarven. 5 days remaining. How does this thing work? After you pick it up at district office, you need to check the box of one of the 5 parties. You deliver it in election day to your polling place. Now in your case, you'd need to write the name of the party you want in the corner along with the signature, since you filled out every box, like an idiot. This is your one vote. You should indeed take care of it. Look at the list of parties. Nationalist Party of Norvik. The Inheritors of Earth's Will, a theocratic organisation founded to uphold the old ways, headed by magistrates and 20-something noble families. Magistrates are the 5 rulers of the 5 districts: the Coin Lord, the Home Lord, the Sheet Lord, the Food Lord, and the Law Lord. Each has a unique role in the bureaucracy. The title switch between districts, but generally the housing holds the Home Lord and the Palace holds the Law Lord. Palace is the unofficial nickname for the rulers of Norvik, named after the Palace District, which most central authority resides. The Palace District is one of the 5 districts, home of aristocrats, bureaucrats, and the remnants of Earth's court. The Freestrider Revolutionary Party. Freestrider, the new way. People in the East have overthrown the old wizards and gods. For years the revolutions would creep in the city. Join the free cities and get rich. A collection of city-states and reads, all united under the golden banner of Freestriderism. Norvik will join them one way or another. Asgalis, the Workers' Party. The workers who built the city want to rule it. Seems only just. Raises a fair and even society where those who live underneath rise up to show their worth. After all, why can't we share? Agrarian, Rural Party. Those who live off the earth, simple farmers, people of the land, the common clay of Askini Fields. Their political movements mostly been swallowed by the Asgalists. The Arcanist Party of Magic. The Magecrats who ruled pre-Coast War human civilization's Old Dimenor. Also a very minor political party in Nordvik. Old Dimenor, a term for Dimenor, often used to refer to the band before it was renamed Reeds during the end of the Coast War capitulation agreements. Some say it with sarcasm. Some say it with pride. Some say it with fear. Coast War, the Great War. A conflict between the Arcanists of the Reeds, along with every nation connected with them along the coast. Horrible waste of human lives, including millions of lives. There was no honour in the fighting, that you know. Reeds is one of the 8 bands, a temperate land of lowland and many lakes, a whole lot of humans, large portions still cursed, holding entire undead cities, eternally burning valleys and floating mountains. And finally, the last box doesn't say anything, so you can put whatever you want or just leave it empty for an null vote. The box I see's party is filled in with a smudged check mark, including the last empty one. Smart move, no one can get mad if you vote for every party. These are all the parties? No. About a dozen other large parties. Most have been subsumed. The Civil League of Progressives, the Torch Union, or the Scales, Hedonist Party, various guild parties. The Agrarians and Arcanists, the only large ones who have not joined a larger party or fallen aside. There's no action. Nice to think about it for once. Prepared for this all your life. It's time for change, baby. It's time for a damn revolution. Bring it all down and build it up again. Not too hard. Someone could get hurt. A pile of apples. You stare at the pile of apples. Apples are good for you. Should these be stored alongside corpses? No, it's a health hazard. Of course not, it's nasty. Whose apples are these? They're not yours. Maybe they're grown somewhere around here. Below. Could I eat my way through this pile of apples? You could certainly try. Okay, Matt Mercer is voicing my wisdom apparently. You are not capable of carrying such a tremendous burden. It would lead to death. Don't waste your time here. Or at least don't eat the less fresh ones. The body checks roll d20 with modifiers. Blah blah blah. So. Sorry. Let me just adjust myself, chat. We'll remove the bad apples. Your hands slip at the surface of apples, clucking away those with signs of spoilage, which makes it DC 7. It is still +0. That's a lot of apple. Yes. Let's do it. Natural 1. You look upon this challenge with fear in your stomach. This will be your end. Dig in. Digging in, the first apple goes down the hatch. Going smooth so far. Maybe this will be easy. Another one. Number 2 goes well at first, then you feel something rumbling. Oh no. Maybe I should stop. A weak choice, but understandable. You want more apples, but maybe not the spoiled ones. Even the apple boy couldn't handle all the using stuff, eh? Full of... Please stop saying that name. Your thoughts are by the sound of something light and hard hitting the ground. A small sharp rock. A shiny stone. That's decent loot. Take it. Must have fallen to the pile of apples at some point. It's a highly esoteric object. As you weigh it in your hand, a tingle shoots up your arm. Esoteric. A shard. It's connected with a string. These rare shards of Yordle can be consumed to unlock field ability checks. Normally, checks are only unlocked upon the completion of a short or long rest. So I basically have a consumable advantage, or a consumable item that I can spend to do a reroll. Essentially, re-attempt a check. Or I can take a rest. But we're not going to do that because I don't want to die to apples. Great mountain of apples. I actually never noticed last time. There's stairs going up here. Let's come back to that. A guy. He looks indecisive. You approach a shambling man by the apple pile. He does not acknowledge your presence. Greetings, citizen. Glancing at her suit, you catch a blank expression spread across a dried face. What is your name, sir? Doesn't even turn to look at you. Why is this man not listening to me? His glassy dark eyes just stare forward into nothing. This is a reanimated corpse. Sir, are you a member of the undead? He does not respond. Not even a groan? Disappointing. I found this voting card over there. Is it yours? Zombie doesn't even grunt in your direction. He just keeps working slowly. You grip the voting card firmly in your gloved hand. It is indeed yours. Keep it safe. You're very rude, you know that. Thinking of voting for the Nationalists, good plan. Free share beef. We need to establish nationalist government. No idea for average peasants not to fall back into the oppression of feudalism or worse, mediocrity. I don't have a political opinion. I guess I need the card. We need an Asgalist government. A government with heart. You become an Asgalist. You get 10 XP for choosing this political stance 2 times. The zombie just keeps moving apples. Such a democratic model of dwarves is ingenious, balanced enough to work with our human dwarven majority populace. As true working class revolutions clearly need corporate ownership of the guilds, the first step like Earth's establishment of Norfolk and collectivized agriculture. As long as we don't collapse like the original Asgalian Undercoast state did, or the Vizca kingdoms, or the Three Wings of Divani Torum, or the we need a working class revolution. The fleshy ball plank does not reply or counter your words. Am I boring you? The zombie carefully places another apple on top of the pile. He does not have an opinion of any kind. What is he doing? Doesn't clear a path to the apple pile. He's probably been at it a long time. Should I defeat the zombie? That'd be pretty scary. Let's attack the zombie. Deal with the foul creature. Encounters your turn-based conflicts. Each participant takes turns in rolling dice and taking actions. During your turn, you can cast or perform one dice action as well as cast a spell of your choosing. Order is determined by initiative roll. Don't let the Shambler get the jump on you now. 11. Plus 1. 12. Well, we would have tagged, but yeah, thank God for him having a negative modifier. Fight. You're quick, you got this. Your turn. Show no mercy. So we can do a DC 8 strength check to shove him, a DC 12 constitution to keep your composure and wait and see, or a DC 6 dexterity check. Hold up a closed fist, say here, look at this, and quickly try and trip him. We shall attempt the dex check, which we pass. Your sneaky maneuver works as zombie turns to gaze towards your fist, and then, with a quick whack, you get it to stumble backwards. There you go. So the zombie just stands there. Oh no, he's reacting. He's taking some time. The zombie is hostile. The undead abomination must be apprehended before he causes damage to innocents. Does that include you? Let me try to de-escalate. Just a tip. Switch gears. Try. Okay, so because I tricked him, it's harder for me to manipulate him. We shall try and manipulate. God for having +3. There's a hollow on him. He's magically boundless to orders, so I'll try giving him orders. And you just try it. Listen to me, I'm your master. Serve me. Does not seem to respond. Mission to the light. Don't give up. Zombie snaps around the withered face, now facing yours. Yeah, you've really pissed him off. You can tell since you're such a people's person. Zombie bites down on you hard. Ooh. It hurts even through the armor. This ends now. Your final chance. Do not falter. You pissed him off, but I've also tried to communicate. Ooh. Not good. You're ready. Unleash dominating power, turn this creature into your willing servant. Kneel. What? No! Please do not hurt me. What are you doing? Stop! I don't want to fight anymore. The zombie towers over you, unmoving. Huh. Guess this works. It won't win you anything, but you're alive at least. Ah, it's probably ordered not to harm unless threatened. And you can always teach you a threat. Hilarious. Let's try again or just leave the zombie alone. I can't walk past it. Apple. Consume. Nope, I guess I can't go past it. I will want to do that eventually, so let's try going up. Viskin's Lair, Upper Tulstad. Good morning, cleric. Mushrooms, probably edible. An empty pot. I wish to engage with the empty pot. You find this pot to be empty. Most contains cheers, harder ashes. This one does not. It was recently emptied. You can see remnants of dust at the bottom. Not corpse dust, is it? There is fear. Must grow sturdier. The red eye of earth. Your left is more across the bands. It's a universal sign of magic. Hello, friend. Viskin, local. What the fuck? Oh! Oh, I see. Okay. So I actually have to make an intelligence check to learn about these people. Depending how well I roll, I get different information. 17, so I should get everything. It's DC 15. A human reeds folk. He's a level 17 entrepreneur. Handles corpses in the basement, a self-employed city contractor. You heard about the man. He used to be a dentist and surgeon. Studying into the magical realm is immense. Far beyond your capability. Some texts around himself he suggest he casts 5th or 6th level spells. Could be higher, could it? I'd hope not. He's level 17. Damn. The pale man sits hunched over a stack of forms, busy at work, his pencil slowly filling out line after line. The top paper, you see an icon of a serpentine drake. A symbol, a lot of official documents of the city, is the great perch of Nordvik. A drake-like sea creature found along the river Torna. Earth was known to tame these creatures, and eventually the great perch became the symbol of his great city. Up and about, are we? Wonderful. I am Viscon, local entrepreneur, proprietor of this lich house. Appears you don't really belong here. Let me know if I can do anything, cleric. He smiles at you. Yet his eyes say something else. Oh, look around the room first. Dimly lit and damp, a musky stench lingering in the air. See books and flasks and stone altars around the circular chamber. There are several corpses present. Did you save my life? He puts down his pen. Your life is your own. You owe me nothing. However, I'm afraid to say you've been quite the turmoil, cleric. I died, didn't I? The Switzerman who brought you here certainly thought so. Not that I blame them. You weren't in prime condition. Prime condition? You're always in prime condition. You never are. River Takey added. Okay, so another quest thing. They caught you in a net, believe it or not. Strange tale. So not dead, just a bit wet. How did I end up in a river? I don't have much to tell. Perhaps she fell off a bridge. 7 bridges over Torna, leading connecting Tolstad to the rest of the city. Perhaps there's an esoteric explanation to all this. Perhaps you would know, cleric. Are these fishermen? River guilders, I believe. They didn't look like poachers, so that would be my guess. Where can I find them? What is your question? I didn't ask for names, sorry to say. Perhaps Waterlane? That's a guess. Good guess. Lots of boaters hang out there. Either that at the tavern. So I'm in fact alive. The hillman stops for a second. He looks you up and down. Yes, I believe so. Yeah. Something's weird about this guy. DC 31. You know what? We're not going to try that. There's a zombie in your basement. Oh, how quaint. No, an undead abomination. That's not an appropriate response. Apologies, cleric. We're closely connected with the city below. The undead simply wander as they please. The city below the city, a phrase to describe the incredible amount of tunnels and roads beneath Norvik. Lots of monsters stuffed in there. Riches, if you delve deep enough. However, I have to take this up with Lady Sageleaf. I pay good crowns for HWBT protection. First of all, monsters. Short for monstrosity, defined as an unsightly creature born of magical means, combining various natural beasts, curses, or esoteric events. HWBT, the Halfway Bridge tribe, commonly called the Halfways. One of 3 goblin tribes in Norvik, arguably the most influential despite their small size, led by Lady Miska Sageleaf with their headquarters in the Goblin Garden in Tolstad. Goblin Garden is a dwarven-built citadel sitting at the southernmost tip of Tolstad. It's not a goblin sanctuary and greenhouse. Goblin, short and green, claws and fangs, little monsters. 3 tribes in Norvik considered somewhat civilized. Oh, it's all a misunderstanding then. Wait, no, I don't actually believe. They kept putting apples down there. Oh, the apples? Fascinating behaviour. He doesn't appear very fascinated. Why is he very alarmed about this? Australian deck creature will cause no trouble here. The bear smell turns to the kobold by the stairs. He's not right. There's a kobold by the stairs? Oh! Up in the top left. Isn't that dust? Yes, master. Wait, I don't actually believe you. What do you mean, cleric? The zombie's clearly working for you. That's illegal. I really apologize for putting in situations. My neglect led to a dead creature entering the tower. I'll be sure to tighten up security in the future. This isn't... Ost will do a queen suite of the basement this evening. Get ready. The kobold gives a squeezed yell. Yes, master. I also make sure to report this to HWBT and the militia. He won't let you get a word in. Amazing. You're clearly doing something shady here, so of course I'll be sure to ask for a thorough inspection by the PCG. Pest Control Guild. Oldest guild in Norvik. Keep monsters at bay, claim unwanted critters. These days they're so bogged down requests from citizens in the city they have a backlog for months. Anything unbecoming about my visitors being covered and unveiled. Holy shit, he just keeps going. Thank you very much for your service, cleric. It's good a great man like you, the city still stands. I'm sure good work to your patriarch with your promotion of some kind as well. There's great work you're doing in this tea shop. This patriarch, a top clerical rank in Norvik, different from Lord Patriarch, which is the administrative leader of the city. A half-dozen men currently hold the rank. There is a section of clerics each at the towers. Lord Patriarch is commander of city forces and top cleric beneath Earth. The title is appointed by Earth, which doesn't feel possible if he's dead. Our Lord Elysium holds the title, having led the city for 30 years. Withdrawn leader, 80 years post-power into the magistrates. Okay. It's basically impossible for me to make a strength check. I should, however, try the charisma check. 12 or higher. Hell yeah! Natural 20! Focus on the main point. Illegal zombie, go! Stop. I know what you're doing. The pale man opens his mouth to respond. The zombie did work on your property. He closes his mouth and looks at you. He was picking up apples or something. He was picking up... That's a violation of the bone purge. Yes, I am aware. The pale man takes a deep breath. He reaches below his desk and brings forth a pouch. An isolated incident. Cannot be repeated. He hands it to you. This feels like a bribe. This isn't a bribe, is it? Of course not, cleric. City cleric, you obviously have the ability to accept Dag's butter on behalf of... No, it's Dag's butter. Dwarven for day fine. Legal extortion really depends on the district. Violation of the Bone Purge Code, Article 4, in singular violation cases, a Dag's butter of minor class is issued. In addition to my status as a source of business order, that'd be precisely 25 crowns. How convenient that you just had that on hand. How does he know that? I mean, this issue behind us. I require assistance for some things. Of course, cleric, anything for the city. You called me cleric, make air quotes. I did, yes. I gave it away. He stops for a second, glances at you. The facade drops for but a moment. A heavily armoured man in Earthguard colours with a prayer book on his hip. His thoughts land on the pieces of spells you've meticulously worked on for years. The book is not in your possession right now, but it must be near if he's seen you with it. When I found you in the river, you're clearly of city stock. I am indeed the cleric. Good for you. Lean a little further to being a cleric. You get an XP for this. An example of that sarcasm thing mentioned before. Lovely ask, what type of cleric are you? Type? Yes, if you're a clergyman, you might run a congregation for the local religion deity. Clerics in the bureaucratic variety. City officials speaking for the religious state. Rules are meant to be broken. You're not stiff councilman. You must be an arcane cleric. I implied I was a bureaucrat, so I'm a bureaucrat. And you're here to save the day like any good bureaucrat would. Might be sarcastic. Might. Think about spellcasting. Quite a bit. He seems weary. How do I get more spells? Two ways. Spend time learning them, drafting pieces out of the Palace Archives, or the Great Library in the Towers, since you obviously would have access to that. However, I don't believe you have time for that. I suggest the other route. Spell scrolls. Oh yeah, someone downstairs. Please out of my collection. Oh. You're very much allowed to indulge, cleric. I'm glad to assist the city in any way. You put them out for you on purpose. Why? It's also filled with all kinds of strange caches. But you got your more just by looking around. Get your hands on the scroll and just memorize it. Cantrips or spells, doesn't matter. You'll memorize them on the spot. Sure, thanks. Those Duke goes back to his writing. Can you explain the very basics of spellcasting? No, I mean of course. He wondered if your head is still filled with water. As a wizard, you memorize your spells before casting them. An arcane cleric, you must memorize your spells during prayer at a shrine. There's one downstairs by the apples. Where can I find more shrines? Temple of Earth, of course. Just up the stairs past the pillar. So on a wide view lane, I believe, past the trade post. You find more hidden around every corner, I can promise you that. Do you teach me magic? A slight smirk creeps across his face. I said I don't have time for a proper lecture at the moment. After the election I could make time if you're interested. Beware, his tutelage holds great evil. Till then you're free to browse my collection, glancing at any books along the western wall. And of course, here. A copy of Charmed Person would be useful to you. The diabolical spell. Tars only teach the higher tier spellcasters using despite its first level. It's a great shortcut to charming people, though you've got to be careful with the fallout if you care about such things. If you want to practice, feel free to cast anything non-lethal on my servant Dust. Wow, that's fucked. I don't want to do that. It sounds quite awful. Fair enough. Remember, spells are terribly useful when applied properly. I don't know where to go. Your shaky voice makes you sound positively fort of the lad. Fort of the lad. Dorish word. Desperation, anguish, hysteria, burnout from mental pain. Complete and utter despair of flesh and bone. I don't mean to tell you what to do, cleric, but soon rumour our local goblin chieftain's waiting on you. What rumour? Just goblin murmuring. That you must go seriously for there's a lamp down in the goblin garden. Of course you've heard of her. She's famous. I speak with reverence and fear. You don't want to fuck with that one. Dragon of Tolstad at it. They call her the Dragon of Tolstad. Oh god. I'm gonna fight the D&D version of fucking Yakuza. Gateway. I'm gonna get fucking power bombed. The goblins live in a garden? Not quite. You'll see when you get there. Make sure to pay your respects. She's a powerful ally. Go call her the de facto lawkeeper here. A sliver of genuine tone slips out. There's great respect for this dragon. Wait, this is part of the job? Talking to some petty goblin queen? You may find out the southern tip of Tolstad, the pale man says, keeps scribbling on his papers in front of you. He doesn't value your time. Okay. There's not a chance. I physically cannot complete that check. Failure could be interesting, but I think I'd rather come back to it. So I'm going to go now. Before you do, collect all your belongings. Quick inspection with your dead eyes. Too quick. He's trying not to show his interest. Weird. At least he's not hitting on you. Would that be improvement? What belongings? Quite a lot. Uniform, your cloak, a voting card. You need a voting card. Every party been marked. I'm assuming it's yours. I'm not sure if it's mine. Maybe, possibly. That ignores your comment. I asked Austin to the surviving PhD spellbook to dry. Over there. Points across the chamber. Next to the pocket watch on his desk. This is an esoteric pocket watch. I have a cleric. It'd be pretty useful to you. Esoteric pocket. Are you overtaken with esoteric magic? Rare on the coast. Fill it in to get the more common they are with the infinite waste being theirs be filled with nothing but. Okay, esoteric magic. Naturally occurring magic, the shape and form of yours realm. Wild magic, or yours discord. Beyond that, should be good. Do you have any weapons on me? I'm afraid I must make the bottom of the river. Good, you don't need arms to say you need heart. Oh, shut up. A good blade can make anyone speak. Got it. Turns his face towards you and smiles. Unnatural. If only every government to play was devoted to you, cleric. He needs a stern expression. Good luck on your quest. Leave now. When exploring the city, you may move faster by running. Double click or hold shift. Human no cause trouble. Okay, so the actual behold you do is a different thing. I've worked out they're kobold and they're hostile. That's it. Wiggling his clawed feet, the kobold follows your every move with cold, unflinching yellow eyes. Master, say you behave. You're adorable. They glare at you. Complete and utter annihilation. The aura of a killer, a conqueror. Your soul shudders. A battle of will. Do not give in. Glare back. Your eyes meet each other, still, ever vigilant. Keep glaring. The kobold does not move. I will win. Glare some more. Yep, you're staring at each other. Glare. Eyes meet eyes. Glare. Glare! You're looking at a kobold's yellow eyes, staring in an angry or fierce way. Looking hard. Shiver, leaning close to the goblin's stern face. You should probably stop this. The kobold meets your gaze and keeps meeting it. I don't think I'm getting anything more out of this. Fair. He looks at you with a cold expression, determined, confident. He's not glaring at you, this is a default expression. A default expression of death. Questions. Short question. Go. Where were you in the tea shop incident occurred? Incident? Tea shop blow up. Boom. Big boom? Big boom. What happened? I was on Water Lane on mission. What are you doing on Water Lane? Milk. Doing milk? Deliver. You deliver milk? Yes. Side hustle. Oh god, this fucking city has Uber Eats. You know what? This game's getting better and better. Kobolds don't drink milk. Even I want to know more. I want to know less. Ask questions about the milk. So, I will say this. Much like the D&D movie, the most recent one, the guy does at least have a good... The creator of the game does at least have a good sense of the sort of tangents a D&D party would go down. Because there is nothing more fundamentally D&D party coded to me than you've like added a guard to decide to go talk to him, and it's a case of now it's the most interesting thing in the world to know. You were delivering milk? The milk situation is intense. Did kobolds produce milk? No. Who buys the milk? Humans, Waterlane humans, pay me money for fresh milk before dawn. Side hustlers are smart. You do milk from bitter. It pays. Where's the milk come from? Cows. Where'd you get the cow milk? Market. Do you like milk? No. I also don't. You're missing out. Kobold doesn't need to crave the white liquid despite your comment. Can I have some milk? No. Valiant effort. I do not have anything further to ask you about milk. Okay. Sorry. Did that just pop up as a question about fucking milk? Thank you. You totally find out more about this. Could be a big money maker. You are a kobold. Not question. Next. Oh fuck yes, not a question. Quick, save it. Try to save the question. The DC's harder because I stared at him? God damn it. I passed anyway, fuck you. Change course quick. You a kobold? Do kobolds exist? Am I a kobold? Kobolds, what are they good for? What are you voting in the next election? That's my single question. Can I ask something else? What are you voting for? Angry Human Party. The Party of Norfolk? Really? Yes, they do good. Strongmen lead. Right tomorrow. Shocking, perhaps. It takes a special kind of creature to vote in some kind of pragmatic selflessness. You're a good boy. Thanks, he mutters, the words oozing with disdain. Okay, we've learned something about Ust. Do kobolds exist? Yes! Am I a kobold? No. Are you a kobold? Yes. Better nothing, I suppose. Understood. You haven't done with the question. What are kobolds good for? Anything. Shooting human for one. Can I ask something else? Okay. You wouldn't actually shoot me, would you? No promise. Do you have a license for a crossbow? My crossbow, not yours. Not legal for you to steal a crossbow for some reason, I think. I can't legally take your crossbow. Legally, also Lodjack Ali. I didn't ask if I didn't ask to take the crossbow. How'd you get the gig? Not gig. It's not a gig? Devoted servant for a master. You're angering the kobold. Got it. The Asian expression can be described as a frown, if you look in any way different from his regular sunny expression. Let's do that one again. What is it then? Oh, right. Got it. Who are you? I must. Security chief from Lich House. Kobold appears proud. There's no humility in the voice. A strong little one. Really immovable. Thank you for your time. New favourite character unlocked. Straight up 2 shards. Does make me wonder how expensive those are supposed to be. Or like, how rare. Line up for esoteric geometry. You know this already. Why does the book have incense? You flip the tome open. There are fine and handwritten letters scattered across the page. The symbols appear to be readable. You do not understand the language. De verbis draconium ars occulta. The author's name appears to be Calum Diminori. 1 second. I need to take a drink of chat. Right, I need to get my hands on and comprehend languages. You do. I think this means a lost to memorization. Find a spell scroll? Might be bad somewhere. It's fairly common. No, you cannot try to read it. Leave the tome alone. Wait, is that? A ruined prayer book, minus their intelligence. The book is ruined. Most of the pages, while dry now, have been completely drenched. Only a few pages of the soggy, brackish papyrus pages are readable. Some type of undecipherable symbols. Asking you writing of the most basic kind. Wait, oh no. I must have to dry this to the best of their ability. No, no, no! By Earth. This is your prayer book. So many hours wasted. You'd have to rebind the whole thing. It's ruined. That'd be expensive. Get your hands on a new one instead. Oh. Some slabs are designed to slide along the iron beams. Interesting. Travel incense. Some of it's usable. Okay, so incense is also pretty prevalent. No, too much reading. So many books, basic manuals, architects' histories, novels. Some stand out as classics, but useful to refresh your mind. We have Autobiography Prax by Lord Phileas Prax, Folktales by the Trill Sisters, Collected Trance of Norvik by Petrarch Pilly. If I remember rightly, Autobiography Prax was used for one of the stats. Let's do the chance. Edition of Philly's work. Still old. Various printers. First page short messages hand scribbled in the corner. My belief lay in the collective eye and the collected humanity of Norvik. May you remember that from this collection. With honour and grace, Philly D. Is that a handwritten message of the second patriarch himself? You feel faint. Are you even able to hold such an artifact? Fascinating. Like the Pale Man held such a treasure on his shelf. A dream of unity under earth. The book begins a lengthy essay about the foundation of Norvikian cultural values. It's really like a guide, if anything. What a Norvikian person is, how their values come from various tribes in the old country, how together they form something greater under earth. I've read this before, but you can imagine what it all means now. It is in some sense a plea. A certain suggestion for every human in Norvik to lose any sense of formal tribal identity. Embrace a new one, a Norvikian spirit. to give away the old and embrace the new. It's not a bad move completely. To unite a focus about commonality, to lower inequality. But of course there were many direct ways the state at the time made sure the old did not remain in the shadows. Violence and oppression at times. The text directly explains how new Norwegian culture will help the city grow, fighting inequity and injustice through unity. Only by being generous, not hoarding wealth among other things. A naive thought. The book does touch upon the connection with dwarves as well, how the Norwegian spirit is not contained within humans only. It's not just blood, it's sweat and tears as well. Those folk who unite with us are not to be seen as other. They too are Earth's folk, they are Earth's guard. It's a lovely sentiment. Indeed, something to live up to. I went with you to foreign shores, my lord, my guard. I pray you keep from harm the beasts, each shard a proof of your devotion. Thus I give myself to your folk. I give my life for a home at the river, in that sliver of land, to vanquish the beasts who roam, the evil who lair, the fires that burn, to build a life along the river. Each shepherd knows the song, it bellows up the river, Earth lives in that sliver of land. It is your favourite. I can kind of understand why, actually. You should have, looking upon the title once more. Collected Chants of Norvik. This is a really great book. It is. Put it back on the shelf. You do so. It fits nicely back in its slot. The book does not deserve your toxic presence. If you were stronger, more capable, and perhaps you could have carried that weight. You really want the book. One day it could be yours. It's very confusing. I'm just putting it back. There's some issue stealing going on here. Just ignore it. Let us forget this for now. The book stares at you from the shelf. The autobiography. That's a classic. You get the book on your bedside table for years during your scribing years. You take a look at the first page. In these pages I shall endeavour to recount a journey of a mind born to greatness, a will tempered by the crucible of ambition, a spirit bound to the relentless pursuit of the arcane. My name is Phileas Prax. It goes on to make grandiose statements in the personal abilities of magic. As always, the man's contradictory. He praises his natural gifts and abilities, stating himself worthy only through hard work and merit. It's ridiculous. Know this, I write not for the masses, but for the few who possess the clarity of vision to see beyond the veil of mediocrity. To them, I offer my life as a lesson and a legacy, and I might learn from my triumphs and avoid the pitfalls that lie in wait for the unwary. You remember the first chapters dealing with his youth growing up in the ruthless court of a rival house, the Hagenshags. Okay. He struggles against relentless oppression and bullying, making himself out to be an underdog. Power is not born of blood, nor inherited as the fortune of birthright. It's cultivated in the crucibles of the mind, refined by the fires of discipline, sharpened by the relentless pursuit of knowledge. Let those who seek to rule first learn to kneel before the altar of wisdom, for it is there true strength is forged. He does not address his own privilege. This bit currently with wisdom, I like wisdom so far, which makes sense given how the creator has kind of aligned wisdom. But this is all the energy of that one meme of, like, you know, someone's yelling at you, just like ad hominem attack. Diversion. If it is only merit, you should not have needed any of those fancy private studies or lectures. Stop complaining, story's getting good. A glorious design. Let those who learn lead through merit of ability and nothing else. Flip through the pages. In the second half, Prax begins to talk about his early political career, intricacies of majocratic bureaucracy, learned to play the game well enough for him to reach a dictatorship as the youngest majocratic ruler ever. Rest is a collection of meditation, studying magic and power. The Esoteric, in its purest form, is neither good nor evil. It's a tool, a force to be wielded by those with the intellect to do so. Yet, let us not be so naive to think that power alone grants one the right to rule. The arcanist must also be a statesman, for the whims of unchecked magic lead the wisest astray. Governed with an iron hand, but let the hand be guided by principles of reason and justice. Thus shall the state prosper, and thus shall the legacy of the mediocrity endure. Ironic. I see no irony here, only truth. In the halls of power, the arcane shall be our shield and our sword. Remember this, the arcanist's duty is not only to himself, the state and its people. In this pursuit of knowledge, one must not forget the price of ignorance. A vigilant mind is the guardian of civilization, and a vigilant state the fortress of progress. Not no shadow fall upon our vigilance. Let for knowledge lies the path to true dominion. The final parts of the biography focus on an ever deeper, more rambling side of ruling, with hints of paranoia. This is way too much reading. Why would you open a book then? Shut the book. You shut it, looking upon the title once more. Put it back. Folktales. I get the feeling there's going to be a lot of this. Stories for children are useless. Do not waste time here. I tell you, you see the one you remember the most, the one about the gnome and the titan. The story always spoke. Excuse me. This story always spoke to you. It was because of the unlikely friendship between the two. Read the little and the large. In the old days when dragons ruled the skies and titans wandered the earth, there was a gnome named Abacus, known far and wide as a half-wit. Whether by fate or folly, he found himself in the honest of places, so he stumbled into a deep valley of Askin. The valley was home to Kahyamor, the Mist Titan. Have we heard that name before? A colossal being with fur as thick as the ancient forest and limbs that clutched the very mountains, or what he was hidden in, or perhaps made of, the swirling mist that filled the valley. On this day, the valley was not the same. It was not the serene refuge it had once been. The air was thick with ash, the rivers run black, the trees stood as charred husks. As Sooth, the ancient red dragon, had set the forest aflame, hoping to drive Kamor from his domain and claim the fertile valley for himself. Kahyamor was furious, his great form trembling with rage as he searched for the source of destruction. His eyes fell upon Abacus, who was wandering aimlessly, his tiny mind more puzzled by the sudden darkness than anything else. To think the coast was filled with these beasts of yore at one point. They rained harshly and violently. It's not hard to see why some preferred the chaotic dominance to the tyranny of dragons. Lumchum, who dares bring fire to where none should come. Ashes taint my sacred mist. Speak, small one, lest you be missed. Avix looked up, squinting to the fog, and scratched his head. Fire? No, I've no fire to share, no flame do I bring, nor ash to bear. For in the dark I see clear as day, 'tis those who can't that need the flame, they say. Lumchum, what nonsense from your tongue does come? Who is it that needs this blaze, that blackens my mist and dims my days? Will question thee who needs a flame to light their path and stoke their claim. Perhaps it is Esoteric the king, whose fires to your valley bring. Lumchum, the dragon's days are surely done. Guide me gnome to where he lies, together we shall dim his skies. A wonderful little tale, about little and large. The story goes on to wax with the friendship sparking the eldritch titan and the little gnome, and Sanath Yusuf on his throne. The red dragon then follows the titan's might after Abacus accidentally guides him to the correct location. One of those classic stories every child in Azkaban's told growing up. You shouldn't look upon the title once more. Return the book and leave the books alone. Oh, is it real? Another corpse. Your fate one day. Okay. I could go try and fight the zombie again, which is honestly not a terrible idea. There's an item down there. Give this another go. That's not great. The zombie's going first. That's a problem. Fight. How are you slower than a damn zombie? It just stands there. He's reacting. He's taking some time. Keep your composure. Wait and see. Oh, it's actually okay. So all this is easier because the zombies wait. Well, the waiting is easier. Everything else not so much. Jesus. How did I fail to wait? Your body doesn't listen to command. It shakes, moving back and forth, side to side. Fight or flight? Flight. If you attempt to run away, the zombie gets an attack of opportunity, giving you a nasty bite. Your body is weak. Oof. That's not great. Third person. Oh, wait up. Excuse me. So yes, I have a new questing tree. The Dragon of Tolston, so that's connected to the tea shop. Democratization. The city's changing as a view. You've always been volatile, but now it's not used for real. You ask people who they're voting for. Deeper society is calling. You need to ask. You must ask over and over again, at least 20 times. Okay, 10. You ask people once at a time. Election week. Oh wait, no, so that's connected that way. Got it. Milk. Crime collection, coin capture, cash, kidnapping. Any ways to describe it. Get rich or die trying. And the way to do it, obviously, is get a smoke delivery gig. Check around Waterlane in the morning. We're gonna beat you. Under the corpse needs fresh money for Riverfly. Costs a lot of money to bring it back, almost a month's rent. Spell which ruined to find a service provider who can rebind it for you. River Tiki. I actually really like this. So it's like all of the like little points are connected, and it's to help you essentially connect everything together in a quest. Alright, look, I don't feel like dying here. Beg my pardon. I cast Cure Wounds on myself. There it is. Oh, I have a DC 15 dex check to steal his wisdom tooth. Right, attack the zombie. I don't have to do this, but there is a thing behind it. Okay, at least I go first. Fight. Right. Con check. There you go. You can take a deep breath. Staring at the zombies every move you stay put. Just stands there. He's reacting, just taking time. It's hostile. It must be apprehended before he causes damage. Does that include you? Okay, switch gears. We shall try and manipulate him. It's only a DC 2. I'll give him an order. Listen to me. How did I piss him off? I just stood there and yelled at him. Hit back me for 1. Okay, so there's DC 4. Thank you. Dominate this creature. Serve me, abomination! It stares you. The erratic movements replace ominous stillness. It has attention to hit it with an order. I order you to, knock yourself out. Stares into you in silence for a few seconds. Then it plunges itself in the face. You stare at the now unmoving creature. A craven's way, but efficient. I go loot him. Yoink. The basket of apples. Some look okay. Imported goods. The receiver is marked HWBT. Okay, so the goblins are importing goods here. An empty box for a steel treat and a pouch. Cardinal treat and some crowns. Sword. A glow glass, a very common magic item. A door inside the tunnel. And go down. Crate full of sand. You approach a crate full of sand. They've imported sand to Norvik? For what? Glass blowing? Look at the sand. So you can fill to the brim. It's just sand. Just a little marking in the back. HBWT. That's the sand. Trails across the surface. It shifts slightly into your touch. Is it growing? Underlying choices are more risky but might offer more reward. Go deeper. You dive into your whole hand fingers first. This one does not. Then you feel a tug, a grip, and finally a pull. Wait, your shoulder is almost pulled out of its socket. You manage to keep it from engulfing with your arm, but in the process the sand grabs onto the front of your helmet. Your face is sinking. A sizzling groan fills your ears. I should give up, right? The sand will be a benevolent master. Fight it. You grab the rim of your crate with both hands, but your entire adrenaline-filled arms don't work. You feel energy being sapped from your veins. You're being sucked out of your skin. As you keep pushing, you realize you could get out of this. However, you'd have to leave the helm behind. Do I really need to keep the helmet on? Yes, you do. Try to keep the helmet on. Well, this might well kill me, actually. It's -1 DC it. Yep, natural 1. You grab the rim of the crate with both hands. Put your entire adrenaline full arms to work. You feel energy being sapped. Oh, I'm on 1 HP. Oof. Oh, thank God. You grab the rim of the crate with both hands. Easy noise of a head no longer filled with so much blood scrapes your ears. I'll not die in this crate. Pure fires of adrenaline, your muscles creak, your bones crack. It pays off. 1 second, the rock-hard grip of the sand loosens and drops entirely. You swing your head back, filling your air with lungs as a trail of sand falls. In an instant, the sand snaps back to the crate and a single grain dropping to the floor. You see its content now lies still like nothing happened. You put on the lid, make sure this doesn't happen. Am I alive? Possibly. Shake your head to get rid of the sand in your ears. It helps. A lot. Oh, I healed. Excellent. Put on the lid. Your job here is done. I've done a great service to the community. Okay, I actually want to go talk to him about that. So I did know that would happen from the demo because I did the same thing. But now I know there's a guy upstairs. I want to go and see what the fuck that was about. I cannot ask him about this. That's sad. Oh well. I find it interesting that if I'm dressed, you know, as an Earth guard and whatnot, I'm in blue. I mean, Earth's color is red, apparently. Okay, so anything in quotation marks is spoken, anything without quotation marks is an internal thought. That is good to establish. This is the city below. Some mushrooms. So I do know something's down here that I want to go and have a look at. Oh, I forgot about this. You touch a thin cord. Something soft lashes around your ankle. Contraption is now in motion. There's no time, it's a... Huh? Avoid the trap. Or not. It tightens around your boot. With a violent tug, you're forced to the ground, hitting the back of your head and the steps. Before you can even react, your entire body's been dragged over the edge. No, no, no! You're falling, but not far. Painful snap, your descent has stopped, and now you're left hanging. I'm in a pickle. You don't say. I'm not gonna hang like this. Not long. Skull's pulling. The minute you lose control of your mind. Look up at the rope. They're tied around your boots. You can keep hanging for a long time. See this connective series of pittons wedged below and in the side of the stone walkway. Next, use a hanging rock acting as a counterweight. You had no chance of noticing it before it went off either. Trigger must have been a hair-fine cord or something. Less than a second to react. Well, call for help. So what's the plan here? You going to go for someone help or a guttural fear-induced howl? Someone help! Voice echoes up and down the stone spiral. After a few seconds it fades. I won't hear you, sorry to say. So maybe you'll attract worse ends than a dark abyss if you keep screaming like that. Well, let's go. I feel. A deep breath. You heave yourself forward, grabbing the rope attached to your ankle. Your muscles strain. Pain. The weight is too much. You've been hanging here for too long. Groaning pain. Let's try again. The quest cannot end here. Oh no, I might actually die here. A deep breath. You breathe yourself forward, grab the rope attached to the ankle. Your muscles strain. Too much. Blood in your head. DC set. Blood in head. Oh, thank God. Just about. A final deep breath. You feel a numbness spread as you heave upwards. One gloved hand grabbing the rope, then another. Through sheer power, you pull your entire body weight upwards, climbing higher and higher until you roll over the edge. Your fingers dart around your ankle, desperate to remove the latch rope. Rip it off and toss it to the side. Free, safe, alive. That was awful. Everything in your death experience will last in your soul. You realize you've been holding your breath. Your lips are probably turning blue. I need to breathe. I need to breathe. Air fills your lungs. You're alive. Check out the rope. It's really sturdy, thick, soft to touch. You don't know the name of this material. It must be exotic. As in the knots, you see a series of burnt-in letters. It was after a message on the end of the rope. Behold, Bulba Slup. Bulba, last of the Titans. Fought against dragons in Vorgeni. Died in the Hex swamp. His corpse spawned many monstrosities across the coast. Great. Creepy. Let's just go ahead and do this. Did I actually eat? I ate the incense because I think. I just know it's cough. It could have just been burned. What's over here? You look up at the pillar of yore. Esoteric air about it. The relic rises upwards, endlessly upwards. I think such an esoteric object would sit here at the centre of the city. Not much else they can do with it. Just highly magic rock left over from time before time. Here before Earth, they'll be here after you. Remaining until the end. Looks broken, cracked. Yes. The pillar's indestructible. It was once under heavy siege during intense moments of the Gate War. Several pieces float in the air. The message reaches upward from the clouds above the city. What kind of power would people of damaging this? Gods. Most powerful of arcanists. What pillars exist? 8? Something like that. One for each band. Ours is the best one, right? They're all equally useless. It's a sign of Earth's power, so yes, this is the best one. It's a status symbol by many. A legitimization thing. In fact, it's not much to make use of them anyway, despite their esoteric nature, because you're really good at being visual landmarks seen across the coast of clouds and mist for miles. Can I make money off this thing? No, don't even take admission to see it. It's a trivial sight. Bit of a tourist destination supposedly, but most people who travel the coast have seen one before. Not that interesting. What do I do with it? Nothing. Just a rock. A tingly esoteric rock. I just tend to focus on it, learn from it. As you do, you feel the air tingle. Power. He's speaking to you. Touch the pillar. Place your hand upon the cold surface. Your body quakes, standing in awe of this ancient object. How many battles do you think it has seen? How many deaths? Many noble sacrifices given to one's god or king or people? You do not know, and that frightens you. Perhaps one day you will join in that sacred sensation. Perhaps right now? Nope. Closing your eyes, you begin to focus your mind placed squarely at this esoteric force. Your mind forms into an arrow when you fire it forward, but it is repelled. Opening your eyes, your hands no longer pressed against the cold surface of the pillar. You're instead holding against your heart, shaking. This is wrong. Yes. Try again later. Whatever's whispering to you from beyond is more powerful than you imagined. I really, really do rate this writing, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, door. Behold, the door. You approach the firmly shut doors. They appear to not be open. The legendary, horrifying OWD. These are all over any proper dungeon. As they should be. OWD? The one and only one-way door. Keep popping up all over the place underneath Nordic. Sometimes upstairs too, but it's rare. Need to find the other side to open it. That's the logic here, yes. Oh, it's a shortcut then. Okay. Dark Souls door. Got it. What's up here? We're enjoying chat. As I said, I know it's a lot of narration. Yeah, actually, let's double back. I feel like going through the dungeons is probably not the right call right now. It's turning into more of a maze than I expected. What the? It's a rat. I can just take the rat. A white rat, acts shyly, but approaches you nonetheless. It looks like it doesn't really want to get grabbed by you, but it doesn't fight it. It just follows along, sort of not very happy with the situation, but you know, what can you do? I'm going to regret this, but I'm going to equip the rat. I feel like this will pay off at some point. I hope. I know there's another rock there. Or was it? Oh, that was the rock never mind. It's a long way down. Okay. For some reason I thought I came from below, not the other way around. Alright. Well, there's one more door. In the bottom bit. See where this goes. Can't open it, have to go around. Never mind then. Rhythm to the realm, you heard his voice, find the closer pillar, reaches deep, investigate on every level. Okay. Should worry about that another time. Oh, the pocket watch. 1 intelligence, advantage in esoteric events. I should equip that. That sounds good. And sword, 1 strength minus 1 wisdom. That, unironically, may not be a bad call. A weapon. Oh, a weapon has its own slot. Okay, I'm just stupid. -3. I need to get that fixed fucking pronto. Alright, well, let's go up. Voices upstairs and the smell of salt. I'm gonna jump. Is this the Dark Souls of literary RPGs? I'm gonna jump out a window now. Dexterity saving throw. Michigan's lunch house and this is and dentistry scratched out. Dwarves. I assume. We hope. A dwarven XL stands by his ideals with guts and little else. Hello, comrade. Do not pickpocket. Why would I pickpocket? PPG documents. Engage. Around the amphitheater scene, you see a number of dwarves hard at work, constructing a banner of some kind, carrying a bright green flag. The banner of Asgal, the foe. One of the dwarves stands to face you with a furrowed brow. He appears to be in staring contrast with the orc on the other side of the theatre. Orc, big brutes of devilish origin. Rare in Nordic, this can be found in Feltar. Because orcs are devilish. Land of elven ruins, magically for the lowlands in between. City centres the Blood City Bay, large city on the coast built to the corpse, while there's the head of Gorgorion. Damn! A city built out of a fucking titan head is kind of metal. Oi, Mr. Cityman, he calls out to his approach. Near clear already, we're not moving, not one bit. Shoots you shitty and grin. The dwarf gets extreme pleasure from telling you to fuck off like this. Dwarf, stout, short, hairy, loves to dig and build, you know the drill. Drill. They built most of Norfolk and a long history with the Earth folk. Earth folk are the people of Earth, ancestors of those who reconquered the African coast, mythological heroes. No way to greet the cleric of Norfolk. That's so, guess I'm supposed to grovel. I feel like you're not going to. No need to, you see. They're laughing behind him. Nothing legal going on here, nothing at all. I'm saying that because he's had to defend himself quite a lot lately. Great, I was worried there for a second. Yeah, okay, great. Very great. Who are you? Name's Alphas of Ban Invaders. Foreman in the Asgalist movement of Norfolk. Foreman is a leading member of the council. The Norfolk Asgal Council, NAC, is a foreman or forefolk guiding the Asgal movement in Norfolk. They lead workers' union movements. Asgal rallies the entire Asgalist Workers' Party. The Norfolk Asgal Council, top brass plays silly workers' unions, the whole Asgalist movement. He's done more good than all of Earthguard combined. A true speaker for Asgal. It's a lot of good. Simply exaggerates. He gives the older dwarf the stink eye. I'm also not in any way proud of my heritage and abilities to poison this hierarchy. Just wanted to be clear. Don't mention the whole noble thing. I'll just piss him off. Unless you want that. That is Asgal. What about him? Asgal, Ashmask, a very controversial figure in dwarven myth, as well as history. I'm gonna piss him off, just pretend I know who he is. I like him. He's cool. He's Asgal the Great, the kind, or liberator. I apologise. He is cool. Yeah, very. I've got to ask though, is this a religion? Well, certainly not. Is it a cult? I don't know what you've been talking to, Miss City, but let me assure you, Ascot was no god or demigod or anything related to it. He was a man with a dream of a fair and just society. Nothing more. Sore spot. He's infuriated, not because he used to defend his position many times. Have we set up a play or something? Pulling a rally for the cause, leading workers across Tulsa together to the border of Ascot. And no one's going to stop it. An agent? Oh, I'm fucking gay? Straight? I think straight. You hear laughter coming from across the theatre. Papers, all sauce. Grumpus Rebecca, what do you want? You seem stressed. You don't say? So, it is forenoon. All the lads together. We arrive at the cursed woman standing there. Door shudders. Starts complaining. We show her papers. The paper's no good, she says. Ah. Circle square conflict at it. Real convenient, I say. Now, there's nothing wrong with these papers. Rights to speak by tyrants and burghers. They are. Bureaucracy. She's wrong about the documents. There. Of course she's a liar, that one. Filthy liar. Asphalt nods and grunt. A little bit of hesitation there, Alphonse. Terrible liar. Can't even get the words out. He knows she's right about the documents. He doesn't want to admit it. Can I see the papers? He gives the companions a glance. Why? Construct an argument. Just tell me you're an expert and you're on their side. I'm an expert. Are you now? Yes, I'm on your side. Are you now? Now hit with our best shot at getting out of this. He grumbles. His eyes go from you to the orc behind you. Fine. He sighs and grabs something in his pocket. He hands over the scroll. BBG documents. I trust you with these documents, Cinnamon. Oh boy, hand these over to the orc. All could be over right now. Tell us we're in the wrong, I dare you. Because we're not. Take a step back and check it out. Let's see what's actually going on here. What am I looking for? A formal permission of public gathering needs a lot of legal nonsense to make it difficult to parse. It's quite light. Some kind of magazine paper. On normally reads a short statement about political rally at Circle Square. First a public gathering accepted, says the big letters in the bottom, followed by signature. Tulstad Magistrate Nicholas Darrow. One of the original Earthfolk houses to find Norvik. Still high positions all over the city. Actual text used an archaic and typically bureaucratic style. Have I seen this kind of document before? Never. It must be rare. Examine it in detail. You scan the text again, checking for spelling, phrasing, terminology. It's perfect. It's not a single error. Except the date. It says the rally is supposed to be held on the 16th. The document's perfectly legal. It's just expired. Yeah, it's expired. About the rally. What is it? I checked out the papers. Okay, what'd you find out, Cinnamon? Yeah, these papers expired like last week. He takes the papers and shakes his head. I know. The date's a mistake, you see. The person who had these signed by the magistrate 2 days ago after the supposed expiry date. It happens. He grunts. Bah. Doesn't matter. Whether they're fucked us or not, we're here and they can't make us leave. I hope for your sake you're not the sorry lad you hired to do the deed. I'm here to observe. Fans cap. Dwarven word something along the lines of devil rights, a curse word. Devil, lawful evil fiend, lawyers, soul traders, the most efficient types of leaders are the worst kind of middle managers. The nobles are dwindling of late, but bluntly say they rule supreme. That was a swear word. You can tell because of the way he said it. What's the rally about? Guilds. Decades of collective bargaining between the workers and the city guilds. Join your union, folks. Say what you want about Earth, he kept a tight leash in the upper class of the city. Damn right he did. Yeah. The same since he died. Free start to burn every darn power structure paper. Why is that bookbinders? Doesn't your size stagnant, the price has gone up. Say free shredders make the city rich. I say it makes people purr. We change. Here commits a bunch of Tulstad workers that vote for the Ascalists. More or less, yeah. Also spare the community. There we fight against the purchase of our labour. As alone we are brittle as a twig in the a twig in the wind? No, it's not good enough. A twig in a fireplace. That's good, I like that. Anyway, the rally is success. Need to get rid of the York. Call the workers like a magnificent city. Vote with your guts, with your manhood at stake. You too, Mr. Cityman. Isn't that a bit macabre to hold at the top of a morgue? God bolts himself and glances over the lich house stairs. I thought it was a dentist. Fair assessment. No matter, it's not afraid of death. Hear laughter. Big words, all falls. Dwarf grits his teeth. Damn work. We like fighting tyrants. Have fun. I don't need to piss him off. Anyway, there's a cute orc over here. I'm going to go betray the revolution. I think that is. Headsets. The orc observes you with great interest. I know. Less than I did, but before I looked at her. Let's have a look. On the edge of the ruinous amphitheater, you see an orc sitting on many loosened stone blocks. Looks like she's waiting for something, or someone. As exuding an air of authority around her, a large woman gives you a wry smile. Her tusks are gleaming. Not just physically imposing, the orc knows how to exert power in other ways as well. You spot the merchant's mark on her gilt jacket sleeve, a heart with the initials of the Norwegian Free Strider Regiment. What's this? Nothing we could escort around here. You should walk around like a damn advertisement with this drab uniform. Red's palm to you. Vera's the name, second in command guild agent of Tulstead. Nice to meet you. Be nice to her, she's a free strider. Make sure she knows you were a cleric. Do not grab her hand, that's not what that is. I'm Reagan, I'm Helm, I'm the cleric. I'm Helm. Helm, interesting. You should smile, patiently waiting for you to say anything. Let's deal with the dwarfs. Damn complicated as anything. I'd be sitting here wasting my precious day if it wasn't for them. But in short, they're holding an unlawful assembly. Well, like the document proving it. Not frustrating at all, she says, winking at you. She telegraphs sarcasm heavily. This is useful when communicating with slower individuals. Did I hand that PPG? She reward you. Documents in hand, she can simply hand over to the magistrate's office, let them deal with it. The Lord's furious. In order to give them back to... Let's not make more enemies. Explain me detail from the top. No, it's all inconvenience. I say pain in the ass. The lovely assholes decided by themselves to hold a rally here in the lovely little circle square. Unfortunately, need permission of public gathering, PPG. Needs to be approved by district council. Do not have a proper PPG. You pick up on the word proper. What does that entail? It's marked for last week. It has expired, so she knew that. Can you believe her? It's true. She's not lying, but there's something else. We're sitting here because they're ignoring my call to disperse. So here's a witness. They don't leave by sundown to be fined and or arrested. Why not come back at sundown? And what I need to witness the entirety of the trespassing. They served during the morning. If it had not spent by sundown, they'd inflict an entire day worth of fines. But assistant did her secretary about where it stretched them with the election coming up. Let's sit here and smell. Arrested by whom? You smoker, you perhaps? Monopoly of violence here until that's more of an oligarchy. We roll the dice, he gets employed to handle the rude dwarves. Goblins? The Norfolk laws employ of mercenaries for extra legal enforcement. The company likes to avoid that. Imagine mercs tend to lack that finer touch. There's something shady about this. Now you're acting like a true official. Sounds like trouble. Trouble with deciding this is dull. Go ahead and PPG documents and simply hand them over to the city. Go home early. Head back to the office and complete the draft for the marketing meetup. I've got it on my plate. You're being manipulated, be careful. You get this PPG thing, pretty easy way to clean up the mess, being your debt. I'll solve this. That'd be something that you could just sweep in and say the day. That's what I'll do. I'm a hero, I say. That you are, indeed. She keeps laughing. You certainly entertain her. I'm here on important business. What did you say? Fascinating. Perhaps we service for your business? Where's the goblin chieftain? Please, Steve. Head down the stairs. Good luck getting an audience. Moving your head to the side, using your eyes to look south, you see a garden. It's a goblin or two. Is she busy? I sure hope so. It took some months to get out in a room with her to discuss renovation in the holes. Common slang for central spire of apartments. Lower ones are less fancy. Typical. She's not busy, she's a bitch. Dragon of Tulstead my ass. Can't stop her releasing any more profane comments. Anything else? She looks annoyed now. And then with the tea shop. The tea shop that blew up, she says dramatically. Sounds like a magazine tale. Hello, Winky. Which option allows you to fail a roundhouse kick? I mean, I've already failed to eat a bunch of apples. I was scared away by a zombie twice, and some sentient sand tried to eat my face. It's not been going great. There was an accident. Post mentioned passing. Minor mishap, I believe is the official quote. But then it was quite the explosion. We're in the area. That was the North Wall, company business. One of the 5 districts, known as the Industrial District, many factories built along the river. It's where you live. Anyone who calls the North Wall is probably not a local. Anyone who's cool calls it North Wall. Just North Wall. Sign of an outsider. She calls it the North Wall instead of just North Wall. Relax, she'll learn in time. You sure like her, don't you? What's not to like? She looks inland. Turn for trouble towards the endless waste away from the coast. Did see the smoke. There's day. Was a clear day. What do you think was the cause, Earthguard? No comment. She raises an eyebrow. Hold on, are you here to investigate the tea shop? Don't answer that, she's no control over you. She'll be freaked out about your business, you don't get away from the conversation. Stand against her, she has no right. Yes? Really no? Say no. Maybe. Is that a maybe yes? Maybe. You look lovely today. Thanks. You here to investigate the tea shop? Maybe. Is that a maybe yes? Dexterity sneak away. What do you mean sentient sand tried to eat your face? You heard me. There was a crate. I was looking into it. I touched it and it tried to eat my face. You can enjoy watching the VOD. Maybe. Is that a maybe yes? Okay, it's just looping now. I'm here to do business. With the tea shop, the one that blew up. Master Spacecraft, you could do nothing. No. But actually, she holds out her hand. Nice weather we're having. You here for the tea shop? I'm just gonna try it. Nope. Close though. Quick, sneak away before you can do anything about it. You take a glance. You glance to your back, carefully preparing to take the first step away from the conversation. Earthguard, a voice says, startling you. No, don't stop. Come back, please answer my question before you leave. Damn it, her voice of reason is too strong. Why did I lose HP? God damn it. The orc gives you a kind of look would have a child that would give a child after the orc gives you the kind of look you would give a child after they started to eat gravel. Let me ask again, her tone now more tense. Are you investigating the tea shop? Yes, damn it. Interesting, I'll be honest, I just would ignore it. They sent you. Sort of a giveaway. Clearly someone thinks it's an esoteric mess. They sent a cleric to look into it. What exactly have you heard? Blow up fireplace incident. Bullshit, of course. Probably a rogue spell. Why were they always sending a rep? Duh, because of the election. Dull sense of volatile district, lots of extremist ties. Tea shop acts as sort of a lightning rod. A place blows up. Why would any faction spend resources investigating? And they can be spent on trying to win the terribly important election. Sound reasoning. Some might see this corruption. I see it more as boring but harmless bureaucracy. Esoteric. I keep hearing that word. What does it mean exactly? It means... Her eyes wander for a while. Her brow furrows. It's a term to describe whenever something queer happens. Whenever the cause be regular spellcasting or something more esoteric. If you know something you couldn't explain rationally, that would be esoteric. I assume you of all people would know what it is, considering she mimics casting a spell with her hands pointed at you. Maybe a horrifying shape-shifting monster. Give it a copying look of any object that discovers it with some size limitation depending on the size. You touch it, you'll get stuck and probably... Well, I'm here now. You sure are. Good luck, cleric. Anything you ask any Reeds company can do to help, let me know. You can find me down in the HQ in Waterland. Small way could be breaks down your defences. Looking forward to seeing you there. I like that the game just already knows that, like... I don't know what it is about her, but just immediately like, oh no, I'm straight. I'm going to betray the revolution. A kind gesture with ill intent. Right. Tell me about you. Attempt to flirt. You're a strong and physically opposing woman. She covers her mouth and tusks with a hand. Philo-dynastic agenda. She's trying not to laugh. You got one shot. She's dazzled by your confidence. Don't fuck this up. Tell her she's not tusks. You got real nice tusks. You can carry me around like a straw doll. I am not attempting to flirt with you. I bet you could carry me around like a straw doll. You bet your sweet ass. Few men get that privilege. She's desperately trying not to laugh. Sweat. Tremors be worried this could end badly. Try and save it. Yes! Your mind reaches feasibly within reach towards the lady. For a moment you see yourself through her eyes, you realize how awkward you're being. You can see the situation entirely. Is that it? The forbidden art? Too powerful for any one man to wield? Is this the power of empathy? Really? This is not difficult. Oh, use empathy. Ah, right. Like straightforward attitude. Just ask her in a confident tone. Something like... Well, it blows over. How about you and me have dinner someplace fancy? The orc chuckles. I'm curious to see what's under that helmet of yours. Fine, human, but after the election, I'm quite busy till then. Score. Anything else you wanted? Where are you from? Doesn't answer you first. Looks away from what smirks. She's thinking of messing with you. And am I, because I'm an orc, I can't be Norvikian? You know what I mean. I do, she says, giving me a warm smile. Blood-based city. One of the warbands when I was a girl. Took me all around the coast, far from the cursed plains of Feltyre. We were hired during the Third Revolutionary War in Reeds. When it was over, I stayed behind. You see her eyes glimmer. Those memories are coming back to her. She's seen a lot. You, me, dinner. I will say the writing is, wah. What's it like being an orc here? That kind's rare, so she mumbles, gaze trailing off towards the horizon. Sadness, loneliness. You feel terrible for her. Occasional comment to sting a bit. I've gotten used to it. How nice of you to ask. I don't think I do know what it's like being discriminated against. Yes, I am a wonderful person. Your comment elicits spontaneous laugh. Oh, God be damned, you're a special little man. You are not wrong, lady. That's the first genuine laugh for her. She carries a thoroughly constructed mask. Working for the Free Striders. I work for the Revolution. It's just a revolution. You fool, you knew that. Maybe. I work for the Askeny Reeds Trading Company. We brought the Free Strider deals in Askin, focus making sure the election process goes smoothly, along with other economic concerns. I enjoy working very much. Perhaps not much in slow days, but alas. I like the election, but you're going to lose. Indecent Free Strider be happy with that outcome. It's about the process, not the outcome. Not the Prive, not Free Strider. Who are you voting for? It's only a few days away. Askalism sweep the coast. Earthguard and Askalist. What a combination. Yeah, that's the one reason I took the job. Speaking to individuals like yourself, hearing what they have to say. Thank you for that. She's being genuine. God, I really fucking like her. Josh, if you're still here, I might have to make an orc sweetheart. That's what you talk about myself all the time. What about you? I'm a literal walking corpse. I'm not important. I'm your savior. I'm not important. Saying it like that makes you sound like anything but. Okay. So that one coming. Fuck you. Okay. So I know the papers are expired, but I kind of don't want to rat them out. So what he's told us is that they were signed after the expiry date. Women are everywhere. You're worth as a man. You're worth as a man as the date based only on your vibration. You can get a date, a real date. Secure a promise date with Agent Vera, the handsome orc Free Strider, not till after the election. No need to worry about that for now. Oh, I guess it does actually carry on after the election. Okay. An orc and a bunch of dwarves are at deadlock. They want to hold a rally. York sent to stop them. Also says they have the legal right to hold a rally. The dwarven legal documents are expired. Both. This is true. Which raises the question of what I can do. Another dwarf. Simeon, the boys. Plus at the chest. Fancy helmet, cityman. Speaks a short, quiet manner if you're scared of the words actually being heard. The dwarf behind laughs. Stand up for yourself. Bad idea, they'd fuck you up in a fight. And get cleansed. Lot. Thanks, my mother got it for me. Oh. It's a lovely helm. She's a good taste. You need to feel bad for making fun of it. This is not an evil person. Stare at the dwarf. Stare at the dwarf harder. Dwarf's glasses must. You here for talking, then? Stare at him while slowly leaning your head to the side. You should, point towards the side dwarf. Talk to him. Nod and leave. What the brutes say. Careful now, the situation's on a blade edge. If you taunt him, see if you can get him to act out, or you can try and reason with him, or simply tell him to leave. Dwarf's pulsating with a surge of masculinity, might be starting a fist fight. I don't know. Okay, so there's no way to back out of that, and I actually want to. I don't want to side with them. Or if you don't leave for something, you're gonna find and arrested. Yeah, when you do the honors on this clergy seaman, you find it ridiculous in your old school armor. It's kind of pearly. No, but she will get someone to do the job. Some grub with a paycheck, I bet. Gonna get a massive fine in jail. Start grumbling among themselves. What do you want me to do? The boys are counting on me. Leave them be, why not? They'll be chased away eventually anyway, it's not your problem. Standing here for pride and nothing more. It's only good for the cause and only his men if they leave at the point. You must show him the truth. As terrible as it is, leaving is the best option for these poor activists. I don't want to make them leave. I want to try and convince her, but we shall try and show what's in his best interest. You search the possible things you could say down and narrow it down. Dwarf's clearly sense of situation. He needs to appear a strong leader once standing against tyranny. You must show that you're on his side in the battle against oppression. The cause. Don't put your boys in danger because of your pride. You see thoughts start to swirl behind the dark eyes. He turns to his companions and raises his hand. Boys, we're leaving. Strong as they are, and look completely too much, they pack up the tools and pack up the green banner. Or sending off to get you a stern look. You're a strange lad, but I see you're nothing like her. Want to do some real good, then join us. Fans down the crossing. He nods and walks away with his band of unhappy dwarves. Let's go talk to the orc again. Oh, they forgot a hammer. Constitution. Advantage in a situation where you might need a hammer. All due respect, well done. Right, the dwarves. Oh yeah, so the whole thing. So, the whole thing is how you handle them. Blowing up a few kind words. Once that's not oppressive on its own, human. Osloff was in his right to be here. I've yet to be convinced. One day you'll understand. We'll see about that. Good day, cleric. You did the right thing. That's just you alone in the square. I leveled up. I don't know how to level up. Short rest. Recover. Gaining HP. Remove the exhaustion. Restore spell slot. After resting, all dice. Hooray! I've leveled up. Ability score +1. Hit points +5. Hit die +1. I get a second level spell slot. Or first level spell slot. Nice. Okay, so I can only put 1 point in. Yeah, that was all. That was all wisdom. Let's bump wisdom up even more. And it has been over 2 hours. It is about 11 o'clock my time. I will use this opportunity to end here, standing very dramatically in the amphitheater. But chat, thank you for joining me today. I hope you have enjoyed. I actually really like this game. I've never finished Disco Elysium, but I adore every part of Disco Elysium. Just conceptually, it's such a strange little beast, and I love the idea of pretty much having these 6 constant companions in the form of your own sort of subconscious with these strong characters. I think it's very fascinating and very, very cool. If you want to pick it up for yourself, you can, of course. It is on Steam, probably other platforms. It's currently 10% off on Steam for its introductory offer until the 14th, so you have a few days. It's about £20, £21 for your regional equivalent, and there is some extra if you can get the soundtrack, which I actually do quite like in places. And there's also I think an art book, or sorry, digital assets. I would probably kill for an art book. Some wallpaper, some character sheets, and find the cleric in an exclusive map. But yes, hopefully you have enjoyed. I would like to do some more, and I don't really have a schedule, but you can follow me on Blue Sky. I post it there. Alternatively, most of you, to be honest, most of you have me on Discord, so you can always, catch me there. So yeah, we'll leave it there for now. So thank you everybody for joining me. I hope you have a lovely morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it is. So, in the words of a fan song, thank you and good night.